Hello, everyone. I hope and pray that you're doing well. I don't know how many of you play the word game Wordle, but I do most mornings when I remember to, and this morning I got Wordle in one. I got it on my first guess. I'll hold it here. I made a printout of it just for my own record, so I'll hold it here. You can zoom in on it, but spoiler alert, you can actually read the word. I guess it was bound to happen. The old saying is, that a million monkeys banging on a million typewriters will eventually reproduce the entire works of Shakespeare. Um, but in some ways, getting the Wordle on the first guess actually might be a little bit disappointing. Because a lot of the fun in word puzzles is in the puzzling, is in the figuring out, is in the deducing and decoding. Also, a lot of fun can be found in sending texts to your family and friends to let them know how smart you are because you got Wordle in one. But I digress. But I'm thinking of that puzzling, of that figuring out, of that deducing and that problem solving. Somehow, that is also part of how God created us. It amazes me, this problem solving. Ella and I needed some property documents. They needed to be drafted and submitted, and like we had no idea where to start. When I phoned John Banstra, he asked 6 rapid fire questions over the phone, and he had us come in the next day to sign some paperwork. Problem solved. Our church council this past year was kind of struggling with sharing documents, minutes and agendas and policies. Megan, who's always keen to come to a meeting, was at one of our meetings, and she was keen to help set up SharePoint for us, which is like a web-based collaborative platform. Problem solved. I currently have this mechanical problem with my boat trailer, so I texted Royden and Chad. And they leapt into problem solving mode, and it blew my mind how quickly they diagnosed the problem. Now, not all problems are so easily solved. Sometimes you get to the end of your 6 guesses in Wordle and you haven't found the solution. Maybe you even lament, is this even humanly possible? As Christians, we attest that for the brokenness of the world's problems, there is no human solution. No merely human solution, at least, right? Oh, sure, we try to problem solve, we deduce, we figure out, we squirm. But in the end, the problem of pain and of hurt and heartache and sin and a world bent on self-destruction, the solution is always a little beyond our grasp. But as Christians, we also believe this, that the maker and sustainer of the universe has righted the ship, has righted the problem of sin and brokenness in and through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Do you remember Luke 4, when Jesus goes to the synagogue and he's got the scroll of Isaiah that gets handed to him, and he flips through it and he gets to these prophetic words. He reads, "The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And then he says, "Today this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing." Problem solved. And by God's Spirit, we can reflect Jesus' problem-solving love each and every day. The peace of Christ be with you all.